Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with Chief St. Pierre, Lewiston Police Department, and many of our community friends that are here behind me. I think it's important for the community to see us here as a group and understand that collectively these community outreach individuals we work with and programs we work with are essential for us to be successful. We need their help. And it's good to see that they're here with us today, that we communicate with them regularly, and I know some of what I understand that Chief St. Pierre's intending to do are great plans that will help address some of these issues. And again, it will be in partnership with people that you see up here behind me. It will be a partnership with my office, and there will be other people that are involved, and that's how we'll really attack this issue as a community. I hope as we go forward, that folks who are in places that can make a difference will recognize we need more law enforcement officers on the street, not less. We need those law enforcement officers placed in the right areas within our community to make sure those parts of the community are safe. I'm confident that Chief St. Pierre knows those areas and will utilize his officers correctly. I think that's the beginning of how we start to address these issues, but it will also rely on communications with individuals within the community, and we hope to continue to build bridges both through law enforcement, my office directly, with community groups on best practices, best ways to communicate, to discuss these things, and help move these investigations along. Because what I can tell you is when there's a shooting, Lewiston PD is there, but they are not there when it happens. And it's the when it happens that we need to know to be able to do our job that the prosecutors have. We need to know who did it, how it happened, who was there, what the circumstances are. And for that, oftentimes we have to rely on the public to talk to law enforcement, to explain what they know when law enforcement do show up to address these issues. And to be fair, that is a massive breakdown within our community right now. Often people don't want to talk to law enforcement, and that delays law enforcement's ability to investigate crimes and to find out who needs to be held accountable. So I'm honored to be up here with this group of people. I look forward to continuing to work with them. Look forward to continuing to work with all of you. I work for you. You should reach out to me directly if you have questions. Our office is an open door policy, and we're always willing to listen to the community because we represent you. So we are here primarily about gun violence and violent crimes within the community. But one of the other issues that I think all of us are concerned about is the criminal justice system. And that's something I want to take just a couple of minutes to talk about from my perspective, because it's what happens to these cases after they get into the court system. Law enforcement is your front line of defense for public safety. Your prosecutors are your last line of defense. And we fight like crazy every day on behalf of public safety for you all. And the unfortunate truth is the narrative out there, generally, it's unfortunately said far too often, is that the DA's office is just dismissing cases and not doing much, declining cases, sort of a lazy approach to law enforcement. Nothing could be further from the truth. We have 10 prosecutors allocated to Androscoggin County, one of the busiest courts in the entire state. That might be the lowest number of attorneys allocated by the state for a county this large with this much of a caseload. Couple that with the fact that since July of 2023, your Androscoggin office has been down to 6 attorneys. In April, it's very likely we'll be down to 5. So you have, if we stick with the 6 number, you've got 6 prosecutors covering all of Androscoggin County. And if you can imagine, the number of cases currently pending in Androscoggin County, there are 2,386 cases pending. There are 269 cases awaiting initial appearance. That's a total of 2,655 cases for really 6 prosecutors to handle. It's about 442 cases per prosecutor. Compare that against the defense bar and the Maine Commission on Defense defense services, and they cap their attorneys at 270 points. 270 points, a lot of those cases are multiple points. So they're not 270 cases, it's a lower number than that. But that puts us, even if you use 270, at 172 more cases per attorney than all of the defense bar, anyone within the defense bar. And that's something we have to balance, and we do. If you imagine we can do 5 trials per month in a year, in a month, 5 trials per month, it probably is being generous. But if we use that number and we extrapolate it out over a year's time, that's about 60 trials. At 60 trials a year, to beat down, to really address that 2,655 caseload, it would take us 44 years to try our way out of this. So prosecutors are left in the terrible position of having constant incoming cases, dealing with that backlog of 2,655 cases, and we are that last line of defense for public safety that's in the courtroom, fighting like crazy. How can we move cases? How can we ensure public safety isn't compromised while we do this? But if we do nothing, if we don't move some cases, the system will implode. You hear it from the highest justice in the state of Maine to many within the judiciary talk about it. The criminal justice system is in crisis, and we are really the safeguards of that. And I think sometimes that's what people don't understand when they see how cases are handled. They don't understand that we're balancing public safety first and foremost, always. We're dealing with incoming cases, massive backlogs, and we have an obligation to make sure this system doesn't implode. Because if the criminal justice system implodes, we all lose. So that's the obligation we live with daily. And what I will tell you about my prosecutors, and I think this is important for people to know, I don't think there's a prosecutor in Androscoggin County that doesn't work 60 hours a week. I know I work more than 60 hours a week, and when I email prosecutors at night, which is about the only time I can sit down and catch up, they respond. So they're working, we're working, and remember, a prosecutor gets paid 40 hours a week, their salary. They also get paid, an incoming prosecutor gets paid $35 an hour. Compare that against the defense bar, who a contract attorney gets paid $150 an hour. We're also being competed out of being competitive in hiring. That's why we can't find new hires. So all of these play a role. This isn't to, quite frankly, make anyone feel bad for the prosecutor's office. It's to make you, or help you understand the prosecutor's office and why cases are handled the way they are. But make no mistake, these prosecutors are dedicated and work like crazy to do the right thing with these cases, always with public safety in mind. But remember, the system has to stay afloat, and that's part of our job as well. Thank you.